Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to CNFT Festival Japan Beats the West. I'm here with some amazing projects today. Myself and Yuri have been putting together this game conference, and we're introducing some amazing projects today. We got Crypto Dinos and Duelist Kings. So Yuri, anything you want to say before you get started with these amazing projects?
Yeah, current gaming space is getting more and more hot, so I will be very looking forward to talking with you guys.
Awesome. So I am Vic from The Hidden Order. You can find us on Twitter at THHDNORDR, where we talk about NFTs, tacos apparently on Tuesdays, and we just love partying and cryptos, and this is what we do. We love Cardano. So I would like to turn over to Duelist Kings first to introduce yourself briefly, and then we'll go to Crypto Dinos because you brought your whole team here, which is awesome. So go ahead, Duelist Kings, go ahead and introduce yourself and your project a little bit.
Nice to meet everyone. Such a thrill to be with the Japanese community today. My name is Nicole. I am the co-founder at Duelist Kings. So we are a leading multi-chain NFT card game. So we are built on BSC, BNB, and Cardano, and we are fully supported by Polygon, Phantom, and Chronos. So our co-founding team used to work together at Cardano Labs in Vietnam, and this is also where we have started Duelist King. So, very looking forward to sharing more about the project today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And then we have Crypto Dinos here. This is awesome. You guys are an OG project. Feel free to introduce yourself, maybe the founders, and then maybe the moderators after that.
Hello, my name is Susanna. I'm the community and marketing manager at Crypto Dino. It's awesome to meet you today. Thank you very much for inviting us to this event. We are very happy to be able to share some insights today with you, have a nice discussion about the CNFT space, gaming, and yeah, I'm hoping, I'm really looking forward to this event today.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else from the team want to introduce himself? It's about a whole squad.
Yeah, hi guys. Thank you for hosting this event. It's good for the overall growth of the ecosystem. So good to be here, and yeah, we gladly answer some of the questions from the community.
Yeah, it's really great to be here with you and just learn about new people that are interested about NFT, CNFT, and also about games.
Yeah, we got one more person. Hello.
Hello, my name is Kai Wong, and I'm the moderator for Crypto Dino Discord. And I'm happy to be here. And I hope that we can share more about our project to the Japanese community. And hopefully you can use this medium to showcase our project.
Awesome. Thank you. Hopefully I got every one of you guys, and you guys brought an amazing team. Oh, did we get Bartek? Let's get Bartek in here.
So I'm Bartek, and I'm responsible for designs and art in our project, and all the animations and stuff. I'm from Poland, like everybody else.
Not just that, he's also covering the work from the game studio, so he's checking and coordinating the work of the game studio that we are working with. Yeah, so the sleek design and all the nice things that were done, it's kudos to him.
Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
Is that everyone in Crypto Dinos? You brought everyone here. That's awesome. That's super amazing.
That's everyone.
Okay, perfect. So I'd like to turn over to Duelist Kings first and just kind of ask them why they chose to build on Cardano.
So as I shared with you in the beginning, so our co-founders used to work at Cardano Labs in Vietnam. So that's, I would say, one of the earliest and largest startups in Vietnam back in 2016. So, of course, after 6 years, we also knew Cardano, and we were connected with the other, by this trust and passion for Cardano from day one. So I think it also made a lot of sense when we started this project together And then we were just like, trying to figure out which chain would be the best one to put our game on. We were also very fortunate to have Razer to support our launch. And then we have been able to, of course, get in touch with a lot of the players in the Cardano ecosystem. And we also, of course, like the energy there and the constructive feedbacks that we got. So for now, our tokens are in BNB first, but then we are also building a bridge and also the NFTs on Cardano, Polygon, and Phantom. So what we want to do at the end of the day, of course, is to create this, I think, smooth cross-chain experiment for the gamers. And I believe that Cardano has also a very strong forte in Japan, where card game is also one of the, I think, is one of the childhood, like, let's say, dream of a lot of the gamers out there. So, I mean, we definitely want to reach out to that community, and also to advocate for this, I think, cross-chain gaming experience. I think, yeah, basically, we're also very bullish about Cardano as well. And this is also a very great opportunity for us to share with you on what we have been doing.
Awesome. I appreciate you explaining that. That was awesome. Very, very well spoken. I'm super excited what you guys are bringing. I love card games. Those are some of my favorite things. Hearthstone is one close to my heart now. And then anything else that's coming up, I think Legend of Runeterra, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, cats in the background saying hello. No. And then, so that's awesome. Thank you for showing a little bit of what you guys are trying to do. What about you, Crypto Dinos? Why do you guys choose to build on Cardano?
So we were, evaluating whether to go with Ethereum or other chain. So we did some research. What's the new, design model of the Cardano? So we wanted to try something new. We didn't want people to have to pay such huge fees for minting tokens. Also, we like the standard that started to shape up after the Spades release. So it was a little bit better than on Ethereum, because in the metadata there was information, what's the actual hash that was being uploaded, so people could actually see what they bought. Yeah, so we also like that it's environment friendly, that it's using proof of stake, and I don't know, that's basically was our choice.
That's perfect. I agree with a lot of those statements as well, because I chose Cardano for that reason as well. So I'm going to turn over to you, Crypto Dinos. So you guys are working on a game or gaming. Can you tell us what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so we started cooperating with the game development studio in Poland. It's of course easier for us to cooperate with them because there is no language barrier. So we are trying to build a play to earn game. So we are going to have Dino coins that are going to be minted, and we are still working with community, and moderators are helping us to form the final tokenomics, and we will see if we are able to bring something that is doable and maintainable, that would allow our game player base to grow. So the game is going to be idle game, where you can send your Dinos and Crypto Dinos and Dino servers on emissions, and in the game you will be able to collect some kind of resources, and using the resources you can advance your levels of the buildings, and eventually exchange resources for the Dino coins that you can use for breeding new next level, next generation Dinos. And eventually, if you don't want to have the Dino coins to be used for breeding, or maybe in future for something else, you will be able to trade them using on some dexes. Maybe not
Wow,
some.
that's awesome.
Initially, we'll have, we will probably support one or two dexes, whatever, if it's Sunday swap or mini swap. We will need to choose whichever is, more popular, and yeah.
That's awesome. I love the idea being kind of concept of it. And I think you said idle game, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, because initially,
Okay.
we have the some budget, so we cannot, do like playable actual, that you need to do something in the game, but depending on how big success is it, we plan. If it's successful, we actually plan to add some. It would be more playable than initial version.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And then I'm gonna turn over to Duelist Kings. And then so you guys were talking about a card game. How exactly is that gonna work? How you guys? Well, let's go with what games are you guys kind of modeling after, or you guys are creating your own original concept?
So I would say we got the inspiration from Gwent and Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think we have, so we tried, to create our own kind of gameplay. So we started working on this project since last May. So I think that the basic difference between this one and let's say mainstream card game is that we offer people, the chance to use the cards and also roll the dice at the same time to play the game. So to start with, you can either try the free-to-play version, where you can just play without any NFTs, or you can start buying 25 cards. So that would cost $25 if you buy directly from us to start playing the game. So it's a turn-based card game. So, we would launch the player versus environment first, that we would play against the computer. And later on, by the end of this year, we hope that we will be able to launch the multiplayer feature. By then, you will be able to fight against your enemy, your friend, your neighbor, and we can even host some kind of esports tournament with the card games. So I think with the card games, basically, I think, Vic, you are familiar with card games. So I think you might know, of course, like how the cards are, let's say, categorized in different ways and with different defense and attack score, et cetera. So basically, of course, you would need to study a little bit about the strategy in the game, which card can, use in which situation or scenario. But what's important is that we want to highlight this element of fairness in the game. So what we mean by fairness is that, first of all, when you buy the cards from us, we don't offer this specific deck of cards where you can guarantee to have the cards that you want. Or let's say, for example, if you just want to stack, powerful cards, that's impossible on our platform, because we basically offer people the chance to witness and observe the distribution of the cards on chain. So you can actually verify that, the cards are totally randomized. You just pay $1 for one card or $5 for one mystery box, and you can get anywhere from an uncommon to a legendary card. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that when you play the game, even though you might have a very strong deck of cards, with a lot of powerful cards, basically you need to roll the dice and you need to collect the right tokens to use the card. So let's say, for example, if you have a card which is very strong, but which requires like 7 mana points to summon, you have to roll the dice, you need to get that point to be able to summon the card. So it doesn't mean that, you would just rule the game if you have a dreamy deck. So we want to make sure that eventually there are a lot of these mechanics along the way to make sure that even if you have little money, or if you don't have a lot of nice cards, powerful cards in your deck, even if you don't have a lot of experiences with card games, if you have luck, and of course, if you spend enough time, like brushing up your skills in the game, you will still stand a fair and handsome chance of winning in the game.
Oh, that's very cool that you're able to allow free-to-play players a chance to compete, right?
Yeah,
and then very cool.
Yeah.
And then I heard you had a mechanic where it's like, instead of summoning the best cards at like 8 mana, you just roll the dice, and then before everyone even gets a chance, everyone's got to hopefully have enough mana. So
yeah,
as a gamer, that's very cool. That's a very interesting technique, because it allows you to or mechanic that allows you to essentially, when you roll the dice, you don't get a chance to summon your biggest cards, if that's correct, right? hopefully you get lucky, RNG, the RNG is in your favor, and maybe you can possibly summon your biggest card.
For now, we've already sold 500,000 NFTs already. So I mean, in each batch, in 2 batches. So in each batch, of course, we also structure the cards so that there's a nice balance among all of the rays, the power, also the defense and attack score of the cards. And we are also launching another card game by April, just right before our PvE launch. So I mean that basically we are trying to, of course, offer this diversity of the cards. So you will be able to, of course, let's say, try your luck with just $1. You can just get any type of card, which in a totally randomized fashion. So I think with the, of course, in the beginning, we only allow, let's say, the basic and the intermediate kind of level playing, where you will be able to summon half of the cards that you have on your hands. And then once the PPE is out, you will be able to, of course, access all of your inventory with all of the cards that you have been able to collect through all of these phases. So yeah, that's, I mean, we would need to get there by phasing out some of the station development for the game.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'll probably put this out there. This is a question that probably popped up from the Japanese community. So do you guys have any mechanism that allows you to hang out or group, maybe build a party of your friends? So gaming and guilds in community or community in games are super huge. So is that something you guys are building, like a mechanism where you can have a clan or a guild or a party of people to play cards with?
I think for card gamers, the core idea, the core value is about battles, right? And tournaments and rankings. In some way, it's pretty. I think it's pretty personal, individualistic with a card game. I mean, of course, we are working with these. With some of the mechanics that people can actually lend or borrow their cards to other people. In some way, of course, they can support other card gamers in case if they don't use up all of their cards. But I think eventually we want to motivate people to actually improve their rankings by participating in the game, by themselves. Later on with the tournament, I think that idea might be realized when we can have the teams or some clans who are also supporting the tournament.
No, I like that a lot. That's super cool. And then as a card gamer myself, how are you going to be basing your ranking system similar to all the other ones using MMR? For those who know, it's kind of how people rank each other. Or are you guys do anything unique, or are you just going to keep it simple to make it easy for everyone to get into?
Maybe simple in the beginning, but then later on, of course, we would also want to kind of mix that up a little bit with, I think, some of the rankings that we have in the crypto space, right? So the contribution that you have, let's say, with the volume of cards that you own. Of course, even because we also want to launch the DAO model at the end of next year. So pretty much, of course, your stake in the game also concerns with your rankings too. So it will be a nice balance, nice mix of, I would say, both the traditional card gamer and the crypto gaming space.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. This is amazing ideas behind it and how you guys can be building. I'm going to turn over to Crypto Dinos. I'm going to ask them same question I asked you, how if they're incorporating any sort of guild mechanism or clan mechanism. So Crypto Dinos, are you guys incorporating some sort of party system or a clan system or a guild system within your game in the future?
So the answer is we are going in the first once the game is released, we will need to check how much effort there is, but the main idea is we would like to be able to, using our backend and Dinos not leaving the wallets, we would like to be able to give option to rent your Dino and specify how much in the reward is being shared between the owner and the person who is renting it. So probably is going to be based not on the blockchain, but in our backend we will be basically tracking which address is renting to which one and what should be the revenue split. So the owner will decide for how much the person that is going to be playing how much he or she is going to get. And we are planning to track it because people are going to use, we think, NAMI or CC Vault to log in. And based on the address, we'll be tracking who's actually playing and which NFTs are owning by them and which are rented to them. Yeah.
Awesome. So a lot of people now I see your view of it.
Yeah. So it's the concept is similar to Fallout Shelter. So you have a game where you need to do some missions to get resources, and based on the missions, your health might go down, and then you need to go to see a doctor. Yeah, so this is the gameplay. Yeah, so you can think about it as very similar to what has been done for Fallout Shelter in the meaning of the game concept. During playing the game, you'll be able to level up, and based on the level and the resources, you'll be able to buy new buildings and expand.
And instead of settlers, I'm assuming you guys have dinos or Flintstones?
Yeah, the missions will depend if you are using either saviors or dinos. So this is the plan that depending on what asset you are holding, you might get different expedition type that are available to you.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yuri, I know you want to ask something, so go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
So Crypto Dinos, that's some amazing news. So Fallout Shelter is an amazing game, and you guys are going to be doing expeditions. You guys will have this settler mechanic. Is there any other mechanics that you guys want to tell us that you guys can do or are planning on doing?
I'm not sure if it's going to be settlers mechanics. For sure, the gameplay is going to be evolved around the Fallout Shelter. Okay. What other things?
You can talk about breeding mechanics.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah. So maybe Kwang, do you want to tell, or should I go? I don't want to.
Yeah, sure. So basically, we have crypto dinos and dino saviors. We have two collections. One is dinosaurs and one is alien. So for breeding, we can use two dinosaurs to hatch an egg, and it will take a few days for the egg to hatch, and then it will also take some kind of cooldown for the dinosaurs to recharge before they can breed again. So you can also breed using dino saviors, the alien. The saviors use in vitro breeding, which is like test tube breeding. So they help assist dino in reproduction. So the saviors, the aliens, they cannot breed amongst themselves, but they can help the dinos to create artificial breeding and eggs. The mechanics are similar, just that the cost, the amount of the resources to breed is slightly different, and the generation Dino 0 will have some limitations compared to using saviors.
Okay. That's very cool. So how are you guys going to be implementing that? Is it going to be off chain, meaning off the blockchain, or is it going to be on chain? How's that working? How's that working?
Yeah. So basically, people are going to use our webpage the same way as they are currently using it for marketplace. So for marketplace, we have smart contract implementation. So if you are trading, you are basically locking your Dino or Savior, and you place the amount how much you want to get for, and so other party can, without our supervision, they can buy it. So in case of breeding, people will have to log two assets, specifying the prime asset and the secondary asset. Secondary can be Dino or Savior. They will need to pay a fee in Cardano plus in Dino coins, and Dino coins they can only earn in playing the game or buying from the DEX. And if you are using the same Dino or Savior, the breeding price increases over every next breeding that the NFT is participating. So we want to maintain, we don't want to amount of assets grow like exponentially. Yeah, so that's the case. So you lock your assets in the smart contract, and after 7 days you can unlock. Once the unlock happens, we do off-chain check which dinos you were breeding, and based on that, in the backend we are minting new asset and sending back to the person who logged their tokens.
So just to extend that and answer your question straight, it will be kind of mixed. So part will be done on chain, and minting will be done off chain on our backend.
That's awesome. That makes sense. That helps a lot, especially when you're trying to incorporate these two ideas together. That makes sense. It has to be a mix of both, so you can obviously interact with the blockchain with your NFTs and the Dino coins, but also have the game running on the website. So that's super awesome. And
also one thing to add, because initially we don't know if if we'll have all the liquidity pools provided initially. So to the holders, we will provide mechanism so they will be able to claim coins for 3 months. So we can test, and they can breed new dinos even before the game is delivered.
Okay, that's super cool. I think the breeding dinos part is probably super cool, and then having the ability to use that in the game too. What kind of benefits do I get if I breed my two dinos together? Do I get a cooler dino that I can sell for more money, or does it give me better stats?
Yes, actually, when you breed a new dino, first you can sell it. That's the main way. Of course, you can play it. If you breed using a savior that has a Cardano patron, then also there is a chance that you will get completely new type of dinosaur, which is not yet available. So we have Giganotosaurus, I think. I know that there is some, it's hard to pronounce this one.
That's good.
There is something extra, I think. There, in general, there will be kind of mix of parents.
Okay, I like that. You get different types of dinosaurs and some new ones that haven't been released yet.
One thing that is different, that every new generation has different color of eyes. So that's also something what can be kind of attractive to others just to see that there is some difference actually. So it's not the same every time, but there is some new feature there. Okay.
Just curious about the breeding traits. Is there like a percentage that or something like that? So let's say I breed maybe a Stegosaurus with like a T-Rex or something. How does that work when I breed the two? Do I have like a percentage chance that I'll get like a T-Rex arm or something?
There is this probability. So if you breed like common one with the rare one, then of course we try to keep the features on the same level. So there is bigger probability that you will get the common one. But in every, like, let's say, depending on the pair, every like 1,000 breeding, there is chance that you will get the rare one.
Rare one, that makes sense. And then if I get a rare one, then I can sell that for a lot of money because it's a rare
exactly.
one. That makes sense. That makes sense how your breeding mechanics are gonna work. That's cool. And then is there anything else that you can tell us about your game mechanics before I ask those questions?
I would say that while breeding is not yet available, there is already simulator where you can choose two assets. You don't have to have them in your wallet. You can just choose any two and try to simulate what will be the outcome of breeding, and that way you can see how it works. And it is already on our site.
Awesome. I would love to see that after I ask Duelist this question, and then we're going to ask you the same question. And then I would love to see that presentation you guys have for us. That'd be dope. So Duelist Kings, where do you see the future of Cardano? And just want to toss it out there to you guys, see what you guys think.
I think that's a very big question that you put forward out there. Yeah, I mean, I think for Cardano, I mean, like I think it makes a lot of sense for, I think, increasing number of applications, you know, to build on top of Cardano. And one of the key things that we love about, I think, the chain is, of course, the community that you are building around Cardano, which is definitely, you know, also very hardcore, very intense. But I think that that's something that we definitely need for our game in the long run. I mean, I'm not a tech person, so basically maybe I cannot really speak on the tech side, but from the community side, I think one of the key things that we are looking at, you know, some of the chains that we're working with is that whether we can have the support from the players in the ecosystem and whether we can also like leverage or build on the community, the existing community of that chain. In this sense, I mean, we are also very happy with the Cardano like ecosystem so far, and we believe that there are not that many games out there, especially card games. So we are hoping to have like a first mover advantage. And I think, well, after this, of course, we also want to look out for more partners and especially partnering communities from Cardano ecosystem and also in Japan. So do let me know, you know, if you are up for a chat on how we can promote.
We are definitely up for a chat afterwards. We'd love to talk afterwards for more partnership opportunities. But no, thank you. I love the idea of where you guys see Cardano, and it's super awesome. And then to that aspect, where do you see your game in Cardano? Because I love Cardano. I love you doing cross-chain platform, but we got to tell us where do you see your game in Cardano?
So I think, well, I also mentioned in the beginning, one of the reasons why we want to go for this multi-chain is because we think that although the gaming space has been thriving, you know, in the past, I think past year, despite a lot of innovation in this space, still it's very tricky for a newbie or, I mean, even like a mainstream gamer to navigate the scene and see how he can actually, let's say, for example, do the breeding and of course, like move across chain to trade the assets. So I think it doesn't make sense if we just like maybe like stick with one chain or one ecosystem and kind of forget about how much we should build around the experience for the gamers. So I think if we hope that with Cardano, of course, like, you know, as one of the supporting chains that we have, we'll be able to replicate part of the experience of the gamers, you know, in the mainstream space, so they can still experience a very smooth and seamless kind of experience in the game. Like, you know, they don't have to experience these hiccups when they have to move across different chains. And on the other hand, of course, we also want to give them the values of blockchain, where you can definitely don't have to ask for anyone's permission to trade your assets, and you can make the most of your assets in the game. So it doesn't just belong to the game publisher, but basically you can move your assets, you know, like from one person to another, and even from one chain or one game to another in the metaverse space. I think that's definitely really cool and something that we all excited about. So I would say, I mean, with our game in the Cardano space, we hope that we will be able to converge with the mainstream games in terms of experience for the gamers, and at the same time, of course, offer them a lot of the values of blockchain, like of course the earnings, and also of course the you know, like the chance to leverage their assets to the most.
Awesome. That's amazing foresight that you provided. I mean, my last question for you guys is, are you guys looking into mobile gaming, or you guys be building your card game on a website first?
So our closed alpha is now available on both laptop and on Android. So we are building we're building another version for iOS soon. But I think, of course, we can see, I mean, I think your question resonates with the current trend of, I think the trend of mobile gaming. Although I think right now it's still like rising, and it's, I mean, even with card gamers, although before, I mean, it was very exciting, you know, just to have this giant laptop or desktop where you can just play the game. But right now, I think, of course, we also have to be pretty nimble and mobile with our approach. So we are, of course, hoping to launch the mobile alongside with the laptop, with the PC version when the PPE version is out. So we've already got 23,000 people registered for the closed alpha. And we hope we can increase that by 2 folds maybe when the PPE is officially launched this June. So
I love it. You speaking my language. I heard PBE. It's like, oh, you guys have PBE. You're ready to close alpha. And the reason why I asked mobile because I've been in Japan for so long. A lot of the card games are huge on mobile. That's where I've seen most of the card games. Yeah, physical card games. Yes, I'm not gonna say that's an amazing huge community in Japan, also in America too. But also mobile is where the biggest card games really reign. And that Hearthstone had to make the jump to from PC to mobile. I can't remember what some of the biggest ones that people play in Japan, but I'm sure the Japanese community would be like, it's this game. So I'm glad you guys are looking into mobile as well, because that's gonna help solidify your guys' like reach, not just in Cardano, but also to a mainstream audience as well, which I'm sure that's your ultimate goal as well too.
Definitely, I'm with you. Yeah.
So that's awesome. I love the foresight and the vision behind that. I'm gonna ask Crypto Dinos the same question, and then we're gonna go to their presentation, and so we can learn more about what they got. So thank you, Nicole. Crypto Dinos, where do you guys see the future of Cardano?
Yeah, so the future, we hope that it's going to be bright. We still see some deficits, but I think the overall community, IOG, and other parts are working a lot to improve, the documentation, tooling, and SDK. So each month we are seeing, the space is growing. We see, that DApp connectors are currently in. So we have like 3 of them. We don't fully understand, how Hydra is going to help scale, for example, smart contracts and all DeFi ecosystem, but maybe it's me that don't fully understand it, how it's going to help with scaling the transactions that are happening on the smart contract level and on DeFi. But overall, we see that it's healthy growth because, currently I think Masari mentioned that the chain is the value that is being sent is growing, and it's quite cheap compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Also, the total value lock is growing. Maybe it's not so big as in other chains, but currently Cardano is mainly missing from the investment / speculation is missing stable coins in the DeFi index system. But I think it's coming. It should happen around June, July. I think everyone is waiting for it to happen. Yeah, but we also think that the plan should be to bring in more and more developers to ecosystems, because those are the people who are building and responsible for overall chain expansion.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that piece. I love that you are very honest and realistic, because Cardano is still new and there's a lot of things that we have to work on here. And I know IRG is working through some of the kinks, but that's the best part about a new ecosystem. There's going to be some learning pains. Any last words from you guys before we turn over to Crypto Dinos to conclude the show?
Okay, so I would just say this is a great opportunity, and I think this is our debut to the Japanese community too. So we hope that we will be able to see more of you in our community at the moment. So our closed alpha has just been launched on March the 3rd with over 20,000 people registered. So of course we are getting people in line, to try out with the public alpha. But rest assured, by June, when we have the PvE where you can play against the computer, definitely you will be able to try out and first use your NFT cards in the game. And as I mentioned, it's very affordable right now. With $25, you can just start playing our game. And we have calculated that with the ROI for the first month, if you are a real champion, if you really spend efforts and win the game, it can bring you like around 500% ROI in the first month, and you can just continue to leverage this investment. You don't have to put extra money into the game. So I hope that we are trying to be, of course, at the middle between a mainstream game and a P2E game. So in terms of experience and the design, we also put a lot of efforts in there. But on the other hand, with the earnings, we want to make sure that the winners would get more earnings out of the game. So we believe that P2E is great at the beginning, just to get more people in the space. But eventually that would not be the sustainable way to grow any game. So we are advocating for win to earn instead. The more you win, the more you participate, and the more earnings you would get out of the game. So I hope that you guys can follow us on Twitter and Telegram at Duelist King NFT. So it's DUELIST KING NFT. And then, we have weekly games as well, weekend games. We're having a trading contest on MEXC tomorrow. So you can basically, of course, try out some of your luck with DKT, our token. And definitely, we love to see more of you and have a chat with those who want to partner and support Duelist King later on. So thank you very much for having me, guys. It's a great pleasure to be here today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Duelist King, for coming on. I'm going to turn to Crypto Dinos. So Crypto Dinos. So just for you guys from Crypto Dinos, where do you see your game on Cardano in the future?
We would like it to succeed, and to be able to provide a mobile version, because the initial version is going to be playable on the Windows and Mac machines due to some limitation of that we are going to have DApp connector on the PC. So if it works out, we would like to add mobile so people can play, because a lot of people are asking if it's going to be playable on mobile or not. Also, we will check how quickly the population of dinos is growing. So we might introduce mechanics for burning next generation dinos. So maybe to unlock something in the game or in the ecosystem, because the existing two collections have policy locked. So to people who are watching us in Cardano, if you mint tokens, you can specify if after a given period, if you can mint additional tokens. So this is why some of the tokens are getting so valuable that if you pass the threshold, you cannot add. If you minted, let's say 10,000 tokens, you cannot mint new ones. So people cannot, project team cannot mess with the price too much, because they cannot mint additional tokens and dump them on the market. But with next generation dinos, the policy will be opened, and the openness allows you also on the reverse, you can burn tokens, because if the policy is locked, you cannot burn existing tokens. So this is design decision that we made. So burning to get something new, and we will see, how the metaverse discussion evolves, because nowadays everyone is doing metaverse. And
Yeah,
we would like to, to first finish something and see if the game makes sense, if people, if the community is growing or not, because we don't want to, to artificially pump the project just to get more money from people.
That I love that idea and the concept, you guys. Let's get this fundamentals right first, and then we'll just see if we can do something. So I appreciate that. I think you guys have a presentation for us. If you guys want to showcase that, and I'll turn the floor to you guys, because Japanese community loves seeing the visual images. Perfect.
Yes, I do. Thanks
Go
for
ahead.
giving me
We'll turn the floor to you.
Can you say? So let me start. First of all, I think we've covered some really nice topics during this conference today, but and also including our Crypto Dino game. But I would like to give you, some overview of the Crypto Dino project, which the game is a part of. Yeah, welcome to the Crypto Dino world. So who are we? We've kind of already briefly discussed this. Our team, 4 people: Adam, Bartek, Sławek, and me. So we can move on. Here is a brief description regarding our team: Adam, Bartek, Sławek, and me at the end. So I'm the community and marketing manager, as I've already explained. Whenever you need me, if you have any questions about the project, always feel free to contact me. I run our social media profiles and manage all the marketing operations that we do. So the first person always for contact would be me. So always feel free to send me a message. And okay, so what is Crypto Dino? So first of all, as we've already kind of explained, 2 NFT collections on the Cardano blockchain, and that is the Crypto Dino collection, as well as the Dinosaur collection. The sale of both collections took place last year. Crypto Dinos were in August, and Dino Saviors, the sale took place in November, and both collections are currently sold out. Each of them has 10,000 tokens, which have an use, have an utility, but I will talk about it a little bit later on. Moving on, here is a video that our artist Bartek did, promoting the launch of the Crypto Dinos collection. So let's take a quick look. Here is another video that we released when our second collection, so the Dino Saviors, sold out. And this one was also prepared by Bartek. And I just wanted to say that our community members are big fans of our art and style, and the quality of it, which is of course a great motivation for us to keep on creating such nice content. By the way, this is the sneak peek that we did before even releasing the collection. So any designs and stuff like that.
God damn. That's super nice.
Yeah, so I just realized I also was going to show you the one that we did, we released when the collection sold out, but I thought that this was much nicer, as it was very well received by the community, and everyone was really looking forward to the collection. So yeah, moving on. Yeah, now even though both collections are sold out now, you can still get your tokens on the secondary market, and now we can take a look at some of the statistics from the Open CNFT website. So the Crypto Dino collection is number 15 all time, while our saviors are number 77 right now. We have over 3,000 unique holders of Crypto Dinos, and just a little under 1,800 holders of Dino Saviors. And moving on, speaking of our tokens, being on the secondary market, another point that I wanted to make of what Crypto Dino is that Crypto Dino is also a smart contract marketplace. It is our own official marketplace where asset owners can safely buy and sell tokens from both of our 2 official collections. And the whole process is done using the Cardano smart contract mechanism, and is very easy for users to operate. And this was one of our big milestones from our roadmap that we achieved. And also I have another video to show you, which we did for promoting the marketplace. Okay, moving on. So this is what the marketplace looks like on our website. All you need is a smart contract wallet, and you can enjoy using it, basically. Yeah, moving on. The next point that I wanted to make is that CryptoDino is a project currently developing its own breeding mechanism, as we've already discussed, as well as a play-to-earn game, idle computer game. And we are also going to have our own Dino coin cryptocurrency, which will be a native Cardano token. And when it comes to breeding, the idea is that you can breed your CryptoDinos and create new CNFTs, like we've discussed, which the CNFTs, which then you will be able to use in the game later on when it launches. So to breed, you will need Dino coins, and I invite you to head over to our website, CryptoDino.io, to check our breeding white paper, which explains in detail how breeding exactly works. And as for Dino coins will be airdropped to our Generation 0 Dino and Saber owners, and you will be also able to collect them while playing the game. So we also currently have a breeding simulator, like Sławek mentioned, on our website, and you can see it on the right-hand side of this slide right now. And in short, the simulator lets you test your possible outcomes, to get an idea of what your breeding outcome may be once it goes live in a few weeks. We've also recently introduced a new dinosaur species. So originally we have in our official collection, there are 10 species. And we've just introduced a new one. Sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but it's Giganotosaurus.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, and you can only breed it if you use a savior with a special attribute, which is the Cardano patron. So that's something really cool and really nice that our community is looking forward to. Yeah, and we also have our game, and I invite you to our website, CryptoDino.io, to take a look at our game white paper, which also outlines the game and what we are planning on releasing this year. In short, while playing our game, you'll be collecting valuable resources, which can, of course, be exchanged to Dino coins, and then, as a result, sold for ADA. And we also started sharing recently some of the game play developments with our community, and here is one example.
God damn.
Yeah, this is our first sneak peek from the game. It is available to watch on our official YouTube channel called CryptoDino. So by all means, please do check it out if you like. The sneak peek, in my personal opinion, is very interesting, and it caused a lot of discussions within our community. So yes, and moving on, the last point that I wanted to make when it comes to CryptoDino is that we are a very nice community, and it is something that our project would not exist without this great community, and also something that we are very proud to have built based on engagement, collaboration, and value creation. And here I would like to let Kai Wong, one of our Discord server moderators, who together with other moderators do a very great job at moderating the community, supporting each other, helping each other out with any issues that arise. And yeah, I would like to let Kai Wong speak for a minute or two about the community and what it's like to be part of it. And before I allow Kai Wong to do it, I also wanted to share some tweets that our community shared with us. We asked them, what is CryptoDino, what is CNFT, how would they describe it for the Japanese community, who might not necessarily be familiar with them. So here you can see these tweets that they shared with us. And Kai-Wong, please, if you want to share something, please do.
Yeah, thank you, Susanna. So as a moderator in the Discord, I spend most of the time interacting and talking to the community members. And these people come from across the many countries, from Europe, from Asia to Australia. And they are very passionate and enthusiastic about this project. And, we have many creative people, like content creators, who enjoy making videos about us using their own free time. And they range from many parody videos to advertising videos, So we also have members who enjoys like photoshopping our NFT collection, as a way to express their creativity. And, it's just a very wide range of community members that we have. They are constantly, sharing about their passion about this project. So I don't want to keep you guys too long, because I can share many more examples. But I would like to sincerely invite you guys to hop on to our Discord to see it and discover it for yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you. Susanna?
Yes, thank you very much, Kai-Wong. And I also wanted to add a few things about the team and the community. So even though today we have our 4 project team members and Kai-Wong, our team member from the moderator team, we also have a great community. Over 7,000 people on Discord, over 12,000 people on Twitter. So by all means, please do visit us, as we are always, looking forward to welcoming new people, explaining the project, chatting, and just growing the CNFT space and the CNFT community, because we believe that this is something that has a lot of potential and something that we can see really thriving in the future if we all kind of come together and collaborate and work on great things. Yeah, the last slide that I wanted to share is I wanted to kind of say I learned a Japanese sentence, 2 sentences as well, in fact.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, go ahead.
I will try my best. So, Nihonjin o Crypto Dino community ni shoutai suru koto o tanoshimi ni shite imasu. Go seichou arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much, guys.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
That was perfect.
Much. And we are the whole Crypto Dino team, the whole community is very much looking forward to welcoming some new members from the Japanese community very soon. Do check out our website, our Twitter, and we'll hopefully see each other very soon in our Discord.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, that was an amazing presentation. That was an amazing presentation. The Japanese community will love it. The art, y'all did a great job with just all the design, and yeah, your art team is top tier. So I love you guys' perspectives on how you guys are building everything, fundamentals first, and then you guys will release it when you guys can. No, that's really good stuff. I'm super bullish on you guys' project. I've always been. It's a shame I don't have any crypto dinos to give away. So if that's something you guys are willing to do, we can I'll be interested in doing a giveaway for CNFT Festival Japan for crypto dinos, or if one of you guys are releasing maybe dino coins, that way we can get some Japanese audience into it a little more.
For sure. Yes, so by all means, we can get in touch and figure out some possible
definitely reach out to you guys for sure.
Of course.
And then we're gonna get to the end of the show almost. So is there any?
Can I mention one thing? So we are planning in April our webpage update to include, the actual roadmap, because I think the plans was to release Q1 breeding and Q2 game. We got slightly delayed, so breeding and coins are going to happen in Q2, and the game is going to happen around Q4. So just so people, we want to be honest that we have some delays, and we will update the page to so the state is actual.
Awesome. That makes that understandable. Games are very difficult to develop and release and execute. So I appreciate you guys taking the time with it.
Yeah, we were thinking it's going to be much easier, but
it's how it always is. It's okay. I understand that completely. So from the Crypto Dinos team, is there any last words from you guys and where people can find you? You guys are pretty huge, so people can find you pretty easily. But for the Japanese audience that don't know anything about your project, feel free to let us know what where they can find you and anything else you want to say.
Yeah, please. We of course we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, and of course Discord. So by all means, please do check us out. I will share the links with you as well.
Okay, perfect.
As for our biggest platform is Twitter. It's Crypto Dino IO. So please do check us out. Send me a message. I am always very responsive, and do come for a chat. We would love to have you in our community, and
awesome.
We are very excited.
Any other words from the other members of Crypto Dinos? There's a lot of you guys here.
Not from me.
Oh, you're soft spoken. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So without further ado, Yuri, this is gonna be, I'm gonna do my closing comments. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for CNFT Festival Japan Meets the West. It's been awesome hanging with Crypto Dinos and Duelist Kings. Hopefully we can get more into gaming on Cardano, and I love what you guys are bringing. You guys are bringing the art, the utility, and you guys are gonna make sure it happens, and also the Dino tokens. And then with Duelist Kings, you guys are building cross-chain collaboration with all the amazing blockchains out there into a amazing card game. So thank you so much for tuning in to CNFT Festival Japan Meets the West Gaming Conference. Hopefully tune in next time where we're going to be bringing Vahaduken and Equines.